Okay, even though it's been a while since my last speed paint video, I thought why not give it another chance? I do like making this kinds of videos, but they take a lot of effort to make, even though they're pretty simple. And I've decided to do another voiceover for this video because I prefer when somebody talks in the background instead of just putting some music. It makes the whole thing a little bit more interesting, and you can listen to me talk in the background of whatever you're doing. I'm not going to talk about my process because you can see it on the screen, and there's not much to talk about because I think everything that you need to know about it can be seen from the video. But just for the basic outline of this whole thing and how it goes, so I just make a sketch, do the line work, try out the colors, play around with the hues and the values, and then I start rendering and I leave the background for the end. I played around with some of the brushes this time and I've tested some new things out, which is what you can see at the end of the video, and how I make the background look like water. That's a whole other story. Actually, I wanted to use this video to talk about mouthwashing because I really loved this game and I got pleasantly surprised in the way it utilizes the characters or the player in order to invoke a certain feeling for the story. There's a reason the main characters, the playable characters, are not the ones that are facing the abuse. We are given this perspective of the abusers, not a abuser, but also an accomplice to it. And this is done very well in this game. Even though the game doesn't rely on some very difficult mechanics or visuals and anything, it utilizes the things it has to its full capacity and to its full potential, which is why it's such a simple game, but it works so well. I'm not a big gamer. I don't play a lot of video games, and I play around maybe a few games per year. And I'm very picky about them because I spend a lot of time on a singular video game. So when I pick something up, let's say Horizon Forbidden West, I have played maybe half a year, if not longer, because I'm a completionist. I do all the quests and all the side quests and have to unlock everything. So this year I actually spent a lot of time playing Stardew Valley and Fortnite. But I decided to invest in Mouthwashing because it was on a discount during the Steam winter sale. And also because I heard so many good reviews about it, and people were saying the story is amazing, so I wanted to check it out for myself, and it truly is something different. What I wanted to say is I don't play a lot of video games. I don't play a lot of horror games. I haven't played a lot of horror games, so I have nothing to really compare it to, and I can't say whether it is better or worse than anything else, but I can just say it's very well done, and the way it focuses on the story and on the players instead of its mechanics makes it available for a lot more people, because you don't have to have a really strong computer to play it, but you can enjoy the game nonetheless. I don't know what else to say. I loved the gruesome parts of it. I loved how much it incorporates the player to take part in all the gruesome and disgusting things that happen in it, and it wants the player to just experience the pain that someone might inflict on another person. It tries to invoke empathy constantly and continuously, and the player has to suffer through the fact that the characters they're playing as are not ready to suffer the consequences of their actions, which is why the whole thing just gets worse and worse over time. And I really love the way the fandom approaches this game, the way people actively participate in making art, and how they offer their own takes on the game. And it all makes for a unique experience. Anyway, what I wanted to say, if you have the time, if you have the resources, and if you want to experience horror in a specific and very unique way, Mouthwashing is really a genius game that offers a lot in such a small frame of time and with such simple mechanics and in such an exquisite narrative. This has been a little bit difficult for me to record because I'm trying to sound comprehensible, but it's hard to talk about a game that manages to do so much and put into words all my thoughts, which is why I'm trying to sound as clear as possible. Anyone who's ever liked horror in any shape or form, or who likes science fiction, who likes weird things happening in spaceships, and who likes very well constructed relationship between characters, and who wants to test their own ability to connect with the story, this is a very good game to start with. I'm saying this as a horror lover. I mostly read horror. I started watching horror recently, and now I really want to get into more horror games and to experience this genre in its full form. Do you have anything to say about the drawing? I really loved Anya and I loved her story. It's a very sad story. It's a very difficult thing to experience, and I highly recommend you check the content warnings and trigger warnings before you start playing the game. But there's barely any jump scares in it. It mostly relies on gore, emotion, and tension to create a feeling of horror instead of, random jump scares. So yeah. That's everything I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you play Mouthwashing. If you played Mouthwashing, tell me your thoughts on it. Who was your favorite character? What was your favorite part in it? And if you haven't played Mouthwashing yet, what are you waiting for? That's gonna be it. Like, share, subscribe, whatever you want. And that's it. This is the finished drawing, and we'll see each other in another video. Bye!